Hi guys, Team Duelist Alliance 6-7 win, and it's finally here. Post-battle chaos for the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile. So without further ado, let's get started. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and be a part of the notification squad. And without further ado, let's get straight into this. So for starters, let me present you guys with new artwork. The Blue Eyes White Dragon OG artwork from Legend of Blue Eyes. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make it a point to have different artworks for each Blue Eyes deck profile, just for fun. Okay, so let's lay it out for you guys. I haven't added more lighting as requested, so let me know if you guys see it or if it's too bright. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Comments always help. Then also we run 2 copies of Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. Pretty much the, let's say, Grandmaster of the deck. By revealing 1 Blue Eyes in your hand, special summon this, and it's also an exile force. You can destroy 1 monster in the field. And the price of him not attacking, but that's fine. He also counts as Blue Eyes while in the field and graveyard, so he's a very useful card. And then finally, for the updated post-battle chaos rerun, the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. This card is a beast. Pretty much this deck's own Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Meaning, when a card is destroyed by a battle or card effect, any card by the way, even the opponent's, you could special summon this dude, so he's already pretty good with Dragon Links, and vice versa. Also, if he battles, start at the start of the damage step, you could target 1 card in the field, return it to the hand. And last but not least, the continuous effect says all other cards you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, except this one. So it protects your True Light, protects your other monsters, protects your back row from Lightning Storm. It's a beast of a card. Pretty much turning Kaiba's Jet from the Yu-Gi-Oh movie into a card is a boss move from Konami. It would have been funny if you see Kaiba Man in the cockpit, but that's just me personally. Anyways, without further ado, let's continue. And finally guys, we got 1 copy of the Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon. I know I've been having like numerous Blue Eyes deck profiles of this about this one. Now I finally got it, thanks to a good friend of mine. Okay, so basically when this is special summon, you can search for either a ritual spell or polymerization from your deck to your hand. If it's in the graveyard, you could banish it, and then all level 8 or higher dragons on the field gain 1000 attack. Yes, that's correct. And it's permanent, which is also cool. And also during the end phase, you can add 1 level 8 or higher dragon from your deck to your hand. Pretty much any of your Blue Eyes monsters, including Levianeer. Or you can even search for a Red Eye Stardust Metal Dragon if you want to. But we're not running it in here for respect for Kaiba, and we don't need to. Anyways, we also run 1 copy Dragon Spirit Away. I still like running this one, more like a Cosmic Cyclone at the deck, and it's really useful. Also, you could special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, in which the cards you run in here, that is extremely useful. We also run 1 copy of Chaos Dragon Levianeer, also a very useful card, and very searchable in numerous ways. Melody of Awakening Dragon, Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon, you name it. Mainly those 2 really. It's still a good card nonetheless. Then to continue the dragon lineup, for the smaller dragons that is, White Stone of Legend. But that's stone's no stone, it's an egg. Just kidding. Basically, if it's sent to the graveyard in any way, you search for 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand. Simple as pie. Sorry about the glare guys, I am trying to improve in the lighting. Let me know if it's too much, and I'll improve on the channel even further. Yeah, I'll put it here. Only 2 copies of White Stone of Ancients, so this is my full play set of the stones, or eggs if you will. I only like running 2. I know a lot of people like running 3, but I tend to see this brick a lot. Like drawing 2 copies is okay for me in an opening hand, but drawing 3, that's going to be really hard to get this out of out on the field unless we go into hockey, but that only gets 2 out and the other one's stuck in your hand. So for me, 2 is the magic number and it's very searchable via Sage of Eyes of Blue. On a quick rundown for this one, you could summon a Blue Eyes monster from your graveyard if this was sent to the graveyard during the end phase. Also, you could banish it to return one Blue Eyes monster from the graveyard to your hand, so it helps with your fusion fodder, it helps with so many things. Sage. When normal summon, you add one level 1 Light Tuner from your deck to your hand. Very useful, and yes, you can search for effect failure. Super useful. You can have a lot of spellcasters in here, so Secret Village of the Spellcasters is a no-no. Also, you could discard this, target one effect monster on the field, send it to the graveyard, then special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your deck. And now that we got Post Battle of Chaos, there are numerous targets we could summon. Specifically Abyss, Jet, Spirit, and Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is a lot of targets really. I still run one Master, although we finally have Dictator Dragons. Easily special summonable with Key Fibrax. You combo him so well with Linkuriboh. You link off with Linkuriboh. You special summon a Blue Eyes from your graveyard by shuffling him back to the deck, targeting your Linkuriboh or any effect monster really. Send that monster to the graveyard, then special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck, or not deck, from graveyard, which is really useful. You could do so many tricks to that. Then one copy of Effect Failure, speaking of which, just negates the monster effect during the opponent's turn by discarding that. One of the best hand traps, if not the best, alongside Infinite Impermanence. Then the new kid in the block, I present to you the one and only. Let's make way for the Dictator of D. Sorry. Anyways, Dictator of Dragon is a very good effect. Yes, they compare this to Magician's Souls, and they are right. You can send one Blue Eyes monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Yes, hand or deck to the graveyard. Special summon this, so people tend to forget about that, so you're almost never gonna not have a target for him. And then you can special summon him. He also has a really good continuous effect that a lot of people underestimate. Continuous effect where you get to choose the attack targets of your opponent's monsters. So he's kind of like a Domintianus on Glider Beast, which is really cool. I stopped so many OTKs with this card by redirecting it to a bigger monster that I have, or just redirecting to a defense monster to save my life points. Really cool. There's a reason why they call him Dictator Dragon. I know his actual name. Don't judge. But yeah, that'll be it for the monster lineup. I'm just kidding, guys. Sorry, it's late. So I'm a little bit exhausted from working all, but you know, I'm just doing it for you guys. So yeah. So without further ado, guys, let's move on to the spells. So the Dictator is gonna ramp up his electric guitar with the Melody of Awakening Dragon. Pretty much you discard one card from your hand, search for 2 dragon types with Blue Eye stats, basically. I explained this card so many times. 2,500 or less defense, 3,000 or more attack. So any one of that category, including Levineer. 2 copies of Trade-in, pretty much the main draw engine of the deck, and 3 is all you really need, really. Very good card. Then we run 1 copy of Bingo Machine Go. Excellent card. Pretty much your tenacity for Blue Eyes. You can search for any Blue Eyes card or any spell trap that lists Blue Eyes in its name. Reveal 3 of them, and the opponent chooses 1 at random to your hand. So it's not exactly like tenacity, they have to randomly choose, which is cool. Piercing the Darkness. I still like this because it turns a Blue Eyes White Dragon into Honest, basically. It lets you draw a card whenever you summon Blue Eyes White Dragon or any normal monster in general, which is mainly going to be Blue Eyes White Dragon. And yeah, that's what it basically does. And Just one, and it's useful. To me it is. One copy of Ultimate Fusion, the new fusion card. This card is a beast. It's a combination of Dragon's Mirror with polymerization, with just destroying face of cards on the field, really. So what it does exactly is during the main phase, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck that lists Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon as material. So yes, you can summon Dragon Master Knight with this one too. But, well, let's see what else we could do with this. Let's see. You shuffle the materials back to your deck. So if you have like 3 Blue Eyes or 2 Blue Eyes or 1 Blue Eyes and 1 Dragon for one specific fusion, you shuffle them back to the deck. You special summon your fusion. Then you could destroy face-up cards on the field equal to a number of Blue Eyes White Dragon uses material, which is insane. So it's a free shooter basically, so you could get rid of problematic cards like Skill Drain. Not that Skill Drain hurts his deck, but like, you know, the field spell for invokes and so many face-up cards that could be dangerous for the field, especially monsters. Then for our one target for Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon, polymerization. I've seen people use Chaos Max, one copy, and the Chaos Form, but that's okay. I prefer the polymerization because the fusions are scary in this deck. Especially the alternative ultimate, Tyrant Dragon, so easy to bust out. Tyrant Dragon is the Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon is the exactly what the Blue Eyes needs for their fusion. That alternative fusion, no pun intended. Return of the Dragon Lords. Just one now. I deem that there's a lot of revival in this deck, including True Light and Dictator Dragons and Sage and everything. You have such a variety now, so this one is only needed at 1. You don't want to draw too many of this. You want to see more of your cards like Dictator and everyone. So 1 is all you need, and that protection is great for your dragons, especially if you want to keep Jet Dragon on the field to protect your stuff. Then 1 copy of 1 for 1, which is awesome. This deck has a ton of 1 for 1s. Don't have to explain it any further. Monster Reborn, because it's Monster Reborn. Excellent in combo decks. Not every deck runs this anymore, but it's still useful in decks like this. Very welcomed in Blue Eyes. Dragon Shrine, pretty much Foolish Burial for dragons. And if you send a if you send a normal type monster that is a dragon to the graveyard, you can send yet another dragon. So this is perfect graveyard fodder for your resources that revive from the graveyard and so on. Speaking of Foolish Burial, just the 1 copy of Foolish Burial. Very good card, really. And that'll be it for the spells. Let's move on to the traps, and we run quite a few this time. We run Ultimate Creature Destruction. Pretty much turns any Blue Eyes monster you control to God mode. If you special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon while this is in your graveyard, you can set it, but then you banish it when it leaves the field, so you cannot keep on recurring it. But that's fine. Only 2 copies of True Light now, which is cool. You have so many resources in here now, so you only really need to run 2, and it's easily searchable via Bingo Machine Go, and this card can search for Bingo Machine Go itself in Ultimate Fusion. Well, set it to be exact, and then, you know, you can special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your graveyard or hand. So this card is very useful, but only 2. You only need to see. You don't need to see it too often, but the one you want to see very often is 3 copies of Skill Drain. I almost hauled this out, guys. We're getting there, but hey, normal rare. Gotta love the normal rare too. So 3 copies of Skill Drain. This deck is not affected by Skill Drain whatsoever. You could do so many things. You could park out a Blue Eyes that can't be targeted, or you could just bust out like Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon because he's straight up unaffected by traps, including Skill Drain, and you can still attack all the opponent's monsters. Just bear in mind that you cannot target the Tyrant Dragon Blue Eyes with Ultimate Creature Destruction because it's a trap. So that's the only Blue Eyes he can't turn God mode, basically. But that's fine. So only these for the traps. I updated this according to the ban list as well. So we have 3 copies of Skill Drain. Once you draw it, it's really hard for the opponent to get over it. I've seen some people find creative ways to destroy it. Maybe that's why it's at 3, but nonetheless, it's a very good card still. Then let's move on to the extra deck. 1 copy of Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, because why not? Graveyard Negate, especially for your DPE lovers, and it tributed as cost, special summon a light Dragon Synchro monster from your extra deck, which is normally Azure Eyes. They go back and forth with Black Rose Moonlight and Azure Eyes, but so far this is the most useful. You could pretty much turn all of your dragons on the field to god cards. Basically, they cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects if this card is special summoned until the end of the next turn, which is insane because you could do it during the opponent's turn by using this effect, bust this out, and your dragon's immunity won't go away until the opponent's next end phase, which is cool. Next, we also run Formula Synchron. We're running Crystalline Hockey Fabrics, so that should tell you why. When this is Synchro Summon, you draw a card, and then during the opponent's main phase, you can immediately Synchro Summon. So you mainly Synchro Summon of a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then you go into, yeah, you guessed it, Baron de Fleur, 1 copy. I love this card, and it's a really excellent negate. Once while this card's face up on the field, I just realized that now, you could negate the activation of a card or effect and destroy it. So once you use that effect, she's pretty much used up until you could use her, until you could like summon her again somehow. So she also has an effect during the standby phase, your standby phase if I'm not mistaken. During the standby phase, okay. So yeah, it's any standby phase. Target 1 level 9 or lower monster in your graveyard and special summon it, but return this to the extra deck. So there's a chance you can return Formula Synchron and then bust out there's a chance you could special summon Formula Synchron from the graveyard and then bust out Blue Eyes and then Synchro summon her again. My backup singers again, guys. Half a day. I live in Guam on 3 in the morning. Whoever thought? Yes, I'm staying up this late just for you guys. So let's go ahead and continue before they get any louder. Super Dragon Ball, Serratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. Pretty much non-targeting, non-destruction, bounce to the hand by attributing 1 monster in your hand or face up on the field. Yes, it's even in the hand, but normally you tribute him so you can trigger the other effect. When it's tributed in any way, special summon a dragon from your hand or deck, but attack is Nimro Zero. Sorry, just 0. Yeah, so 1 copy of Crystalline Hockey Fabrics. Link summon by using a Nun Tuner and a Tuner monster, because you know it's pretty much made for synchro summoning. And you can special summon a Tuner from your deck when it's link summoned from your hand or deck, that is level 3 or lower. Then during the opponent's turn you could banish this, then you could special summon your Formula Synchron, and then it counts as a synchro summon. That's why these 2 are here. They work in conjunction with each other, especially Blue Eyes, so you could bust out your Blue Eyes faster, in a sense. 1 copy of Verdant Player Plan Anaconda, not for Dragoon of course, but for the ultimate fusion and polymerization. Very good card in here, if you just want to bust it out right away. Link Rebo, because you know, bunch of level 1s, defense, you name it. And number 38, Hope Harbinger, Dragon Titanic Galaxy. I just call him the Titanic in dragon form. The iceberg screwed now. Screwed now. I'm just kidding. 1 copy of number 90, Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. This is your spell negate. This is your monster negate. And they're both rank gates, so it's really good in the deck. I decided to take out the Draglubian package because I'm focusing more on control. So this deck can go first if it wants, this deck can go second if it wants, but mainly we're going first with this deck. So we're concentrating more on control, and so far it's been helping. I kept up with a lot of decks, and I'm glad this deck is standing its ground. Okay, so let's go and move these guys up for the next batch. Okay, there we go. Then we also run one copy of, we're now going to the fusions. Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. This guy is unaffected by trap cards. You can attack all of your opponent's monsters at once. So if they have like 5 monsters, you can still attack all of them, which is insane. 3,400 attack, 2,900 defense, which is incredible. And then last but not least, he has an ability where if he battles, he could target one trap card in your graveyard and reset it on your side of the field. So if they succeed in destroying your skill drain or your true light, this guy could bust it back out. And also, if your true light is destroyed, he is not destroyed by true light because he is unaffected by traps, which is insane. Then to continue, Twin Burst Dragon Blue Eyes. I still like him because he gets over Dragoon, as I showed my friend earlier. He is a beast of a card, cannot be destroyed by battle, and if he battles a monster and that monster is not destroyed, it's banished instead. And he's just really awesome. I still run him. We also still run Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. This is pretty much the OTK of the deck if we could pull it off. When you control no face-up cards in the field, you could send one Blue Eyes Fusion from your deck to the graveyard. This guy could attack again. You could do this twice. So it's a regular attack, then using it twice essentially attacks 3 times. But you have to control no face-up cards on the field. The other effect does come up every now and then because there's a Dogmatica card that sends extra deck cards from your deck to the extra deck to the graveyard. So his second effect, when he's in the graveyard, if a card would target a Blue Eyes monster you control, card effect, you could banish this, negate the activation, destroy it. So I could probably say this effect does come up when they choose to use effect that would target your Blue Eyes. So yes, this does come up, so don't forget that effect. So whenever they do that Dogmatica card thing and they send 2 monsters in extra deck to the graveyard, you could just send this guy and then surprise them by negating a card effect that targets your Blue Eyes. Okay, so continue. The big guy, Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. Pretty much a combination of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and a God card, basically. It cannot be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effects at all. And you could destroy 1 card in the field. However, if you use Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon as a material, alongside the other 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons, you could destroy 3 cards instead, but he cannot attack this turn. But that's insane still. Very good card, and there's a way, he's a soft once per turn, so there's a way you could get him to the graveyard and then bust him back out, and then you could attack with him, basically. That's why Master's in here, basically. Maybe I'll show you guys a tutorial later on, but for now, let's go and continue. Last but not least, 1 copy of the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I still like running him in here. I went back and forth with so many other extra deck monsters, but I still like him because he combos so well with Skill Drain. He combos with Ultimate Fusion, and there are times where you just need an effect monster in the field to help you OTK, like Sky Strikers. They barely only have 1 card to get rid of this, and more than likely have protection for it. So yeah, still a very good card, and it's just nostalgic swinging at your opponent for 4,500. It brings a smile to my face. So anyways, guys, this is the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll probably post a tutorial later. Maybe I'll do you guys one better. I'll post a battle later. As long as my opponent is okay with me recording, I'll see what I could do. I have my own stand already, so yeah, let's see if that's possible. I'll be posting more battles for you guys, so I could give you guys more of a variety for how many videos we have to offer in this channel, not just deck profiles. So yeah, that'll be coming in more often. I'll hoping post more battles, more duels in this channel. Maybe just regular duels for now. I'm working on Master Duel. Anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell, say be blah. Sorry, say be it's so late. Hit that bell and become a part of the notification squad, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.